A Fox News alert for you. Iraqi troops moving into South Mosul as they try to drive ISIS militants out of the city's western half. It is just the latest push in the 4-month-old battle to take back the last major ISIS stronghold in Iraq. Special forces already driving ISIS fighters out of East Mosul. A U.S. Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, saying U.S. soldiers are very close to the battle areas, some already engaged.
The U.S. forces continue in the same role that they were in East Mosul, and the coalition forces are in support of this operation, and we will continue, as you know, with the accelerated effort to destroy ISIS.
Joining me now is Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell Utterback. He's retired from the U.S. Army Special Forces and a retired Colorado National Guardsman. He has served 3 tours in Afghanistan and 1 in Iraq. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure thing, Heather.
Off the very start here, let's talk about your experience specifically in Mosul. You just returned. You spent 2 weeks there just last month, and you brought with you some video that you were able to shoot yourself. Describe for us what you saw, the scene as it is now.
Heather, I was there researching my graduate thesis for my master's in journalism. I was able to go join the same exact officers that I advised in 2007, 2008. General Abbas of the Emergency Response Division, General Hyder of the Counterterrorism Service. These guys are the tip of Iraq's spear, taking the fight to ISIS in Mosul. Both units have crossed the Tigris River, and they're moving up on the west side from the south side. These guys are really like heroes of the country, great battlefield commanders, and every single day they and their units are engaged in combat against ISIS.
Yeah, and people may forget, we have 6,000 troops, U.S. troops in Iraq. We have 450 American, they're called American advisors. What role will all of that play in this latest push?
Well, let me tell you, there are no Americans standing shoulder to shoulder pulling triggers with the Iraqi forces like we were during the surge of 07, 08. All of the support from the coalition in the U.S. is further back. We're helping them with airstrikes, with artillery strikes, with intelligence and surveillance. You know, we're flying in the drones for them, providing medical care in the rear. But really, this is Iraqi forces doing it mostly on their own, in great degree on their own. I was very impressed to see it, and people need to know this is an Iraqi fight led by the Iraqis.
And they're fighting against, what, some 3,000 ISIS fighters who are there in this specific area?
Yeah, the guys say that the most hardcore of the hardcore have remained in West Mosul. Up to 3,000 ISIS fighters from all of the affiliated countries that, you know, these guys have come from. And they know they're going to fight to the death because their egress, their escape routes towards Syria have been cut off. They're really trapped in the city, and they're going to fight the Iraqi forces down to the last man. And quite literally, Iraqi forces have to kill ISIS down to the last man. But
what we're really worried about as well are all the people who are stuck there, who have not been able to get out. And we saw some of that video from you that you shot, an estimated, what, 600 to 800,000 people are trapped there?
Yeah, that's what the Iraqi guys say. Maybe, you know, half the population of Mosul is still stuck in West Mosul. ISIS uses them as human shields. This delays the advance of the Iraqi forces, who are very careful not to inflict civilian casualties. That's what's going to make the fight so much harder, is the Iraqi guys are going to have to go house to house and room to room to rescue the civilians and kill the ISIS guys. And like I said, no regard for human life from the ISIS guys. They'll kill these people as they flee under white flag.
And I've read reports of ISIS using food as a weapon against all these people as well right now. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you made it back safely, and we appreciate your insight.